welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to go through everything that I've got crammed into my Delfonics pouch currently. This is the medium-sized bag, and I use this in combination with my Galen leather folio as my EDC kit for the vacation that I just came back from. So we are going to go through everything that I've shoved in this bag so that you've got a good idea of what a medium Delfonics can fit if you fill it to the absolute max. So let's go through what I've got in my bag. So this bag weighs a whopping 3 pounds, 10.5 ounces, which is in no way a minimalist packing setup, but I was going on vacation in the middle of nowhere and wanted to have everything I needed with me. So we're going to go through all the pockets. We're going to go through everything I packed so that you have an idea of how much stuff you can really shove in this bag. So to start with, we're going to do these pockets, we're going to do these, and then we're going to go inside because the inside's a mess. So we have a permanent black inked fountain pen. We have a Monteverde ballpoint pen. We have a Monteverde mechanical pencil. And then we have a, if I can get it out, Monteverde gel pen. I purely brought things with me that were already inked up or open. I didn't open new things for this trip. I wanted to use things that I already had going on. And so other than the dinosaur pen, which I had only inked up a few days before the trip, everything was already inked. Then we have a stencil that somebody gave me at a pen show. This just always lives in my Delfonics bag. I quite like it for drawing little shapes on the go. And we have an Esterbrook brass bookmark. They tend to give these out at pen shows. I've got a bunch of them. I always have one in this bag. We then have 3 rolls of Cora Creates neutral washi tapes. I use these in my journal, but I also use these as borders for sketches if I want to have like a clean edge around the outside. These are what I reach for. And then we have a pack of gum because I was flying and my ears don't always pop, so gum is an essential. Then we go into these pockets. I do not sweat, and so I live off of Gatorade Zero in the summer. And so I always knew that the 2 biggest pockets in this bag were going to be dedicated to Gatorade Zero packets so that I had a selection of flavor choices. These pockets are absolutely stuffed with Gatorade Zero packets. We're not taking them all out because I don't want to deal with them. Then on this side of the bag, we have a Not Today Satan tag. It has these little hooks so that like you can put a purse strap on it. I'm never going to do that, so instead I've stuck things on it, like an Esterbrook nib wipe. These are great. They sell them at pen shows frequently. I have many of them, and I plan to get a couple more because I'm always in need of them. So if we flip this around to the back, we have 2 pockets, and then we have a Velcro pocket. In the first pocket, we have page tabs. I always feel like I need these, and I never have them when I need them, so they just live in this bag. And we have an Ammodex ink wipe. I don't know why I carry this. I just carry this all the time. It just lives in this bag, and at some point I'm going to actually need it, but for now I just carry it around all the time. Anything else? Nope. Now into this pocket. In this pocket we have sticky tack because at a pen show I frequently need it, and honestly, most of the time, this kit is set up for a pen show, and so I just don't change what's in the bag. And then we have what I'm going to simply refer to as random cartridge land, because I just sort of toss a handful of random cartridges in. None of them are black, all of them are fun colors, so that if I have an SI pen that runs out of ink at a pen show, I have inks to put into it. So they live in that pocket too. Followed by the big pocket. This is the big pocket currently. So you can fit a whole lot of stuff in that big pocket. And we're gonna go through it all because why not? We have 1 eraser. This is the Sumo Grip black eraser from Sakura. I've got like 1 or 2 of these in the studio. I think I've got 2 actually. I love these. They're refillable. They're super comfortable to hold. They're great. Then we have the Mono Zero eraser from Tombow. This is the tiny version. It is not as comfortable to hold, but I do like it for erasing details. I also find it doesn't work as well over really dark pencil lines. This works really well over just about everything. Then we have 2 water brushes. I don't like to use water brushes. I do like to use water brushes for going over ink if I'm trying to dissolve ink lines, or what I use them for this trip, wetting palettes. So using them instead of a pipette. So I packed 2. One of these is a Derwent, one of these is not a Derwent. They both have Derwent caps on them. We have the Tom's Studio tips. And then we have got a vial that has a loose Tom Studio tip in it that I pulled out of a pen. I'm desperately trying to love these pens. I don't. There's a video over on the main channel where I talk about that, and I will leave it linked above. I don't love these pens, and I wish I did. But I really tried. I took them on vacation with me, and I'm trying, and really, that's all you can ask. So, we're working on it. Then, I don't even know where to start. Let's start here. This is my mini Holbein palette. I love the sticker on this tin, and it has all these colors in it. Is this overkill for most people's travel palette? Yes. Is it overkill for my travel palette? No. If you see my studio palette, you will know that it has many, many colors in it. And I sort of love this Holbein travel palette. It has some old, discontinued Holbein color. It has some colors that have been reformulated over the years by Holbein. And I've got like the current version and the old version in it. I don't even remember how this palette started, but I've just slowly built it up over the years from friends like getting to the end of their Holbein tubes and having mini pans available, and I've just sort of added to it. So I've got 3 spots left. I don't know what those last 3 colors are going to be, but we'll have to see. Makes me very happy. And I actually wasn't going to pack this palette this trip. I said I wasn't taking paints, and then I took paints, and it made me very happy that I took paints, even though I only played with them once. So there's your sort of, I took them, I didn't think I was going to use them, I ended up using them, they made me very happy. Followed by, how many fine liners did I end up bringing? 2, 3, there's 4. All right, so we have a silver Pitt pen. I didn't actually know that I brought this, but apparently I brought this. It was just in my Pitt pen collection, so it came with. We have a black Pitt pen in small. I really like this pen for sketching. It came with. We have 2 Tombow Fudinowski brush pens in soft and hard. I love these for line details. Both came with. I do wish they were waterproof. They're water-based pigment ink. It's weird, but they're lovely. And then we have 4 Staedtler pigment liners in everything from 0.05 to 1.2 millimeter. 0.05 is my preferred width for sketching, and then 1.2 millimeter is sort of totally overkill, but I utterly adore it. So it came with. Then we have 1 Pentel brush sign pen. I was actually planning on taking all of these. I ended up putting them back, and I only kept the navy blue. I didn't actually end up using this, but I did take it with me because I thought that I might use it. Actually, I took 2. I took the navy blue and I took the black. So I took 3 black brush pens and I took the navy blue, but I do really like their navy blue. And so I was happy to have the navy blue with me as the pen pile grows. Then we get into the really fun pens, because these are Pitt brush pens. And these are the double-ended ones. So these are the Faber-Castell Pitt brush pens. These are the brush and fine liner ones, I want to say. Yeah. I got these last year at the Atlas Sidewalk sale. But I also was recently gifted from Faber-Castell a full set of the Pitt brush pens, which means I get to now travel with my sort of DIY set that I created over the years. So all of my Pitt brush pens This isn't even all of them, or more. So I try and grab them all. All of them. All of them, all of them, all of them came with me. Is that it? Oh, no. Oh, we missed a Stedler as well. Oh, we'll come back for it. So these are all the standard brush ones. I adore these. I now have a full set though, and so my old full set, which wasn't a full set, has now become my travel and play set. I was very precious with these. They didn't really leave the studio ever, but I do utterly adore them. They're one of my favorite, like, just sit down and play products. And so I'm very happy that I now have a second set, which means I can take these out when I play and do things. And I have a set that gets to live on my desk for when I'm in the studio. So these ones came with. The Stedler pigment liner that got forgotten was another 0.05 because heaven forbid I not have my preferred pen for sketching while on the go. It would be an utter travesty. I will also say we had a full set of Tom Studio Lumos tips. And I did end up putting another tip in my Lumos pen. I still don't love it, but I'm trying, and that's what's important. All right, now we have nope, we've still got things in the main pocket. We have two Tintoretto 1327 synthetic squirrel brushes. These are my preferred brushes from Tintoretto. They are very nice. They are very expensive. And so I only have two, and I've now been using them for 2.5 years, 3 years, something like that. And they are definitely worth the cost because they last. They are finally starting to get worn. I think my two probably needs to be replaced soon-ish, but they will be replaced at some point. Then in the main pocket, we have all my various paper clips because I don't like when pages of books just open up. I find it really annoying. And so I brought a couple different paper clip options. I have a traveler's clip, I have a clip that came with a different notebook, and then I've just got like an old bulldog clip. I use them all, and sometimes I used one at the top of the page and one at the bottom of the page. I do really like traveler's brass clips. I just don't know that they're always worth the price. That being said, I think I'll probably end up getting one more because I do like how many pages they hold in comparison to these two. Oh, we forgot something in the outside pocket. Oh, safety pins. Again, this is my pen show bag. So it always has safety pins because you never know when somebody's going to have an outfit emergency at a pen show and need a safety pin. Hashtag dance kid. And then one of my favorite things with this medium case is that it fits a gallon leather slip and zip, which means that even though I was already carrying 4 fountain pens, I could carry 4 more. I was carrying 6 actually in my gallon case. So in this case, I have an Esterbrook Esty with a custom ground Kirkspear Architect. I have a Navaler Horizon Soleil with a tuned Annabelle Hiller medium nib in it. I have a Conklin Misto Purple 1898 with a Julia Here monoline in it. And then I have a White Bear Pens Echo in Pink Pony Club. So I sort of had the other fun stuff in here, and some other stuff was in my EDC kit. And then finally, we have 2 pockets left in here. We have Visconti blotting paper. I do prefer the Esterbrook blotting paper. It's a bit too big to fit in that inside pocket, the full sheets, and so I have been using the Visconti stuff. I do really like it, and I think it's a good price for the number of sheets you get. And then a stack of Traveler's notebooks. So I have 2 blank, 2 watercolor, and an accordion. You'll notice some of these have bands on them, some of them don't, some of them are taped off, some of them are still in plastic packaging. I sometimes get tired of what's in my Traveler's notebook, and instead of like shelving it back away, if I think I'm going to use it again soon-ish on a trip, I will just shove it in this pocket, and that's sort of what happens. I always have a blank and a watercolor in this bag because you never know. And then up for this trip, I had an accordion and a blank in my EDC kit. And I don't know where this watercolor one was, but it was somewhere. And I ended up using this watercolor one this trip, but everything else came out of my notebook and I just had a dot in it. So I tend to just have a stash of traveler's notebook inserts because I never know what I want to use, which I think is fair. There are a lot of options and I like to be able to change it up. So that is it. So there we go. This is the full collection of everything that fits in my medium Delfonics pouch. I will say it is a very full and heavy pouch with all this stuff in it, but it is possible to fit all this stuff in a medium Delfonics pouch.